Hey, Jamie?
Yes, that is correct. Thank you for reaching out. Um, I hope you don't mind. I've brought my friends and co-collaborators along, Ethan and Morgan.
Oh, hey
Um,
guys. Hey. I
That would be us.
I
Hey,
mean, glad to have other uh people to uh pick their brains as well. I mean, sure if you guys are cool with that.
I mean, I'm more than happy to help, but I can't speak for Morgan.
I only have like 15 minutes because I have to go back to work.
All right. Well, I'll try to make it quick. I do have just a couple of questions just kind of in general to ask you guys. Uh Since up until this point I kind of thought all of this was bullshit. Uh just, stuff people made
You
up on
and
the
me
internet for
both.
clicks and shit. Um but I know about like the teleporting and all the like time manipulation stuff and like the memory loss, but is there anything else like and I know about the sickness, the coughing, everything, but is there more to this guy that I'm missing? Like I know probably the basics.
so, outside of the basics, things can get a bit nebulous. There's a lot of differing accounts on what it's actually capable of and what it isn't. Like it seems sometimes like it's different for different people, but outside of those basics, others that I've noticed doing research and encountering it, it can physically affect things sometimes. It doesn't tend to very often. Usually, that is, or at least seems to be a last ditch effort of it. It seems to prefer psychological affecting and the sickness, the teleportation, the general paranoia inducing.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you do know is the most important stuff to know. Um, and the biggest thing would just be like it's hard, but try to avoid being around it because of what it can do.
So am I fucked once I see it basically?
I
Uh
I wouldn't say fucked. A little screwed maybe, but not fucked like completely. I seeing it doesn't necessarily mean it is after you in that moment. Um, I would definitely say it is generally after you, but it can show up and not be doing anything directly. It's just there to make you scared of it.
ah, okay. So it is based on proximity, you'd say?
Yeah, usually, like, if it's near you, you're probably about to have a bit of a doozy of an experience. But if it's like off, fuck, fuck off in a field, then you're probably fine.
Okay. Well, that's a good thing to know, but I mean, is there anything I can do about it? Any preventative measures? Anything I can do to keep me, my roommates, people I live with safe? I, I mean, that's my biggest concern at the moment,
Well,
actually.
I don't know if what Jamie's doing is exactly the best example, but so far, I mean, isolating yourself from really anyone outside of a select group of individuals appears to keep things on the down low,
Mm-hmm.
or at least somewhat.
I don't think it's doing anything.
Well, it is doing. It's keeping you guys safe. What I'm doing right now is I haven't left my house for like the last 2-ish months. I've been um, avoiding other people mostly. If I do go out, it is typically at night, and I reduce my contact with other people just to keep them safe, and keep it from attaching to somebody else. And it's been working well in that regard, but it doesn't do much to protect me. It it's shown up in my house a few times, and taken me on a little jaunt. I don't really remember, but yeah, right now, as far as protecting other people goes, my suggestion would be isolation.
Whew, that's gonna be a rough thing to plan out.
Yeah,
But I mean, considering I have a job and I have to pay rent and shit, this just got a lot more complicated.
yeah, that's
I don't really know how Jamie's made it this far, if I am to be completely honest.
and I will keep my secrets, because well, it's not really that secret. I have some freelancing work that I do.
That could work. Um, Considering, I mean, I do a lot of art on the side anyway. I mean, I guess I got the skills to work from home. It could be an option too.
Mm-hmm.
But those were the two like bigger questions that I had. But the final one being, do you guys know anything about the sickness that I've been having? I think I showed like what the symptoms were like on my channel, explained them several times on Twitter and things like that. But does he do that, or like I don't
So,
quite understand?
so I've seen your channel, and I've talked to you on Twitter, of course. But would you mind just like repeating your symptoms? Because I imagine Morgan probably hasn't seen any of it.
All right, well,
Yeah, I don't.
for you guys who haven't seen, I essentially it started out as just kind of, well, it started out with just feeling nauseous all the time. It um I could feel like just generally over time it got worse, and then eventually it just stopped completely, and then I didn't feel anything for a few days, and then I ended up finding the video of um, what I found on my porch, the big spider thing, whatever the fuck it was. And after that, after I saw that I was essentially, spewing out black liquid in the toilet, uh, it concerned the hell out of me because the same type of liquid came out of my computer about a month and a half prior or
Not
something
something
like
you want
that,
to
about a month.
happen.
Yeah, generally not preferable, but it freaked me out to say the least. And then I ended up investigating the park with Mia, my roommate, and after that I just found myself really confused because everything I've ever heard about the Slender Man is just, it doesn't line up. It doesn't make sense to me. I've never seen him do something like that. I've never seen these kinds of symptoms in
Jamie,
somebody who's been experiencing something like this.
Jamie, is this for real? Are you
Of
are
course.
you really doing this right now?
I what do you mean? Like, of course this is for real. All of this is real. I've been over this.
Okay. I don't have time to entertain this, and I my break is gonna end. I can't believe you would call me here for this. This is fucking crazy.
It's not crazy. Don't say that it's crazy because it's
I mean, I think you should at least hear him out, Morgan. You've been so critical of everything he's doing this entire time, but, like, have you contributed to anything of significance? He's at least trying to do something about this. And I don't know, maybe it's not perfect and maybe it's highly experimental, but I think it's better than doing nothing at all and pretending that none of this is real.
Because it's not. What
Okay, maybe not to you, not yet, but we don't know how it spreads. And it is spreading. That's part of the problem. What Jamie is doing is, while imperfect, trying to mitigate that. And all of this questioning, all of this getting together with other people who are dealing with this is at least part of an effort to stop it, or at least hold it off until we figure out something better to do.
I'm going
I
back
don't
to work.
know.
I don't.
Okay,
I don't want to waste anybody's time.
No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have brought Morgan along.
I promise he is like this about just about anything that doesn't concern his job.
No, it's perfectly fine. I mean, I was skeptical too, so I mean, I can't really expect anything else. What do
I've
you
learned
expect
skepticism
from
doesn't
people?
really get anybody anywhere, especially with the kinds of things that I've seen and experienced since this all began.
With
Yeah.
with your question, I can't say that I have heard or seen anything that's quite the same. Like it makes people sick, obviously. Like everybody gets some sort of sickness, but I've never seen those specific symptoms that are in your videos. Usually it's coughing. That usually leads to like coughing up blood. I've not really seen anything like the intensity of the black liquid, and frankly, it's I imagine you're equally concerned about it, considering it came out of your computer as well. And typically, if something's
have
coming
no
out of a
idea.
computer, you don't want it in your body either.
For
I
sure.
mean, from what we've seen, I guess in other people's experiences, it does seem to have somewhat of an effect on electronic devices. So, I don't think it's out of the question that it could do something to your computer as well, as undesirable as that is. But
a
I don't
virus that can
really
infect
know
both
what that
a
indicates.
human and a computer is concerning.
Yeah. Welcome to the future, I guess.
Oh god, get me out.
But no, unfortunately I can't really help you with that one. I hope you can get some help. My only suggestion would be maybe like if the black liquid happens again, try and get a sample of it, see if you can send it to somebody to take a look at it.
See, that was the thing too, is that I did. I ended up getting a sample. I tweeted about it after that first original video with the computer. And then I went back and I looked at the same bottle that I took that sample in. I had put it under my sink in my bathroom, and I went and I looked at it, and there was not a drop of anything in it. It was completely bone dry.
That's weird.
It threw me for a loop. I thought I was going crazy.
It wouldn't evaporate that fast, or at least it shouldn't, based on other liquids, although I guess we're kind of dealing with unknown substance here.
I mean, I would feel comfortable putting forward a theory. Obviously, it's not concerned with trying to contain the spread. It's more concerned with attempting to, well, for lack of a better word, accelerate the spread to as many people as possible. But it also seems as though any tangible or observable evidence of it is corrupted or destroyed in some way, which makes showing it to those who aren't being infected or affected by it pretty much impossible. I don't know how, and more importantly, I don't know why, but I think it's in an attempt to isolate you. If no one else believes you, then what you're experiencing must not be real, and it just gives whatever it is more control over you. That's
smart.
Purely speculation.
It's purely speculation, but it's very smart speculation, because it is the creature we are dealing with is very intelligent and knows how to manipulate people. It knows what it needs to do to get its prey.
I don't know. Ever since all of this started, it just feels like, yeah, I'm trying to continue with my normal life, and no, I can't shut myself out from the rest of the world, but it's like, it's impossible to think about anything else for long. I try to placate myself and, do the things I was doing before, but it's like, in the back of my mind, there's this nagging force that's constantly reminding me of what we're experiencing, and that there's the potential it could get worse, that we don't know what to expect, or more importantly, what to do to counteract it. We just have to, I don't know,
Look over your shoulder.
fly by the seat of our pants, so to speak.
Yeah, I
Definitely doesn't inspire
that more than
confidence,
you know.
knowing that pretty much no one who's encountered this has anything to say about it other than try your best to avoid it and shut out the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's
But
not exactly sunny days.
I don't know. I was a believer to begin with. I am not like Morgan. I never needed something to inspire me to believe that there were forces in this world that I couldn't understand, but this has really been the final nail in the coffin. I mean, there is undisputable evidence that something far beyond my or anyone else's understanding exists and is, for some strange reason, focused on all of us. And, well, I don't really know what to do about that other than roll with it, for lack of a better word.
I sometimes fear that it'll slowly drive me even more insane, but
That's always a possibility, but
That's why it's important to reach out to other people who are already in the funnel of it, to keep yourself grounded, remind yourself that you're not actually alone as much as it wants to make you feel like you're alone.
I mean, talking to you guys makes me feel less crazy.
Well, I can say somewhat of the same. Like I know I'm not crazy, but sometimes it can be hard not to feel that way. And talking to somebody else who's really deep into it helps.
I know I'm not crazy. I can't speak for Jamie, because I think he's a little bit of a loon, but I definitely can say that it helps to experience it alongside other people. You know, it's not just you, but it's also not just us. And no matter how much it tries to isolate us, that doesn't really change that fact.
I was skeptical too at first. Not even gonna lie. I was just, you know, how are you supposed to react to something like that? Like,
I definitely don't blame the skeptics. Like, I understand completely being skeptical of the situation. It's one of those things that sounds completely out there. I've been a very long-term believer in specifically the Slender Man, the Tall Man, whatever you'll call it. And I think there's a certain point where people either decide that it is fake, that it is a show, that it is all a performance, and they tell themselves that because they want to believe that the world is a safe place where these types of things can't exist, where the worst thing you can ever encounter is another normal person. But then there's the other side of the coin. There's the people who accept it, who decide that it is real, that what they are seeing isn't fiction, that it isn't some sort of play being put on for them, that it's real and concrete and they don't know what to do about it. But for me, I decided I needed to do something about it. Like, being skeptical after seeing everything laid out was no longer an option. I had to help people. I had to do something.
yeah, I get that.
I wish there was anything I could do, or anything any of us could do, I guess.
So it's we're very glad to have been able to reach out and talk to you. If you ever need anything at all, like, don't hesitate to shoot me a message. I am always available.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I will do, definitely.
Everything that Jamie said.
It was a really great opportunity to talk to you guys, and same here, right? Like, same to you guys. If you guys ever need anything, or just want someone to talk to.
Awesome. Well, we will see you around. I've got a few things I need to handle around my house, but it was great talking, and yeah, that's about it. Hopefully, you can find something to help with the sickness aspect. As soon as I find anything that's better than isolation for protection. As soon as I find anything that could protect yourself, I will shoot you a message with the details.
Much appreciated.
Just try not to lose your mind in the meantime.
And same to
I
you
know how
guys.
respect it.
All right, bye.
Bye. Have a good one.
See you around.